We are back. That's right. We are back to the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. I am Dr. B. Welcome back to our shows. This is show number 58. That's right. Show number 58. And it's entitled Race and Anti-VAX Athletes. Aaron Rodgers and Kyrie Irving. Yes, I said it. Aaron Rodgers of the NFL Green Bay Packers and Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets of the NBA both have decided not to get vaccinated. And the fallout of it. That's right. We are back. I want to thank everyone for listening to our podcast shows over this couple of years now. This is show number 58. I want to thank Podbean. I want to thank TuneIn. I want to thank Audible. I want to thank iHeartRadio. And I want to thank Audible. And of course I want to thank Spotify, really featuring us on their platform. Thank you, Spotify. We are back for this show November 10th. And we're going right after at these superstar athletes, Aaron Rodgers and Kyrie Irving. And guess what? These athletes are treated differently just because of who they are. Can you believe that? Of course it's happening right now. This is, again, I want to thank you for staying with us. We want to make sure, and this relates to many of you who are college students who are looking and recognizing certain athletes on your campus who have decided not to get vaccinated, and why some of them are crucified and others are like celebrated. Can you believe it? Some are crucified for not getting the vaccination, and some are kind of celebrated. It's an individual right thing. Well, let me just say right up front, yes, I am vaccinated, fully vaccinated, double dose, and booster shot. So I am on record for supporting the vaccination for everyone. Myself, my age bracket, my baby boomer bracket, the older generation above me, the younger generations younger than me, and now they just starting to roll out the vaccination for young kids, 5 years of age to 11. So now they're just rolling out the vaccinations, the COVID-19 vaccinations for younger kids. So yes, Dr. B is in full support of the Pfizer. What is it? What's the other one? I don't even know. I got the Pfizer. The Johnson. That's right. And there was a little pause there. Sorry about that. But I'm in full vaccination of all the vaccines. And the reason why is because it protects you from any severe illness. 97% of the time. It protects individuals of what we've gone through, of the deaths that happened, that are continuing to happen in our country because we have a certain percentage of folks based upon their values, their beliefs, their history, their faith, their individual stance, their stance against whatever it may be, have decided not to. And I've had an earlier show about this, how this situation will affect us substantially, our existence in time. Yeah, I said that. I got an earlier show on that. But this show is about the privilege that is being given to certain athletes because of their particular race. And I'm calling out right now, 5 minutes in the show, I'm calling out Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I'm calling out Kyrie Irving as well, guard for the Brooklyn Nets. And why am I calling these two athletes out? First, let me get into Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. The NFL has certain protocol for all NFL players. They set an established rule, procedure to start the NFL season during training camp. And Aaron Rodgers, Mr. Independent, Mr. Heavy Thinker, decided he didn't want to go down that road. He had his own therapy for immunizing himself. He wasn't comfortable with it. And I'm sure you've seen his press conference by now of why he decided not to get vaccinated. How he said he was immunized by his own therapy, his own physician. And how he talked about and ridiculed medical professionals about the vaccine and what it actually does. Ridiculed. Politicized this issue. When in fact it's saving thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of lives. And as you know, Dr. B is, I'm part of public health. I'm part of really medical care. I'm part of saving everyone's life, regardless of their racial and ethnic background, their age, gender, all across the board. I've been fortunate to have gone through a lot of different things when I was very, very young. Dr. B's getting a little personal. Dr. B's getting, oh Lord, I didn't anticipate this. Yes, even as a little kid, I was in the hospital, and I distinctly remember it as a young kid growing up in Springfield, Ohio. I was in the hospital for several times. 2 times that I remember. One because of having double pneumonia in first grade and being in the hospital as a young kid, and my parents supporting me, but also extremely worried. I was very fortunate that I got through that double pneumonia and appreciated the medical technology, the medical practitioners to get me through that double pneumonia. And then I had another medical situation at that age which hospitalized me. Those early years impacted my life forever. Forever. And at that point in time, as a young kid, you don't know what's going on, but you believe your parents. You follow what your parents say, and my parents felt that get the best medical care that's possible for us as African Americans, back then Black Americans, during the 50s and during the 60s. And we were fortunate to be, I was fortunate to be taken care of. And therefore, I am a big supporter of even mainstream medical care, because it saved my life as a young kid. So I've always been a proponent, a supporter of medical intervention that is evaluated, clinically tested, clinically proven. Over several years. And one basic way of protecting ourselves are through immunizations. Immunizing our populations. Why? Because there's infectious diseases that happen every year. And so, yes, we, and I say we as Americans in the human race, must depend upon the new medical technology to protect us. Building up our antibodies, protecting us biologically. And yet there's going to be some side effects, but more than likely it's going to protect you. I understood that as a kid. And even when, oh my gosh, am I going there? Yes, I'm going. Even when, let me go there. Even when my parents, my folks did not really was not treated well by the white established world back in the 50s and 60s when there was blatant segregation, blatant racism. Yet we, I'm saying collectively as a community, the African American Black community, believed in the medical technology. And my parents believed in the practitioners and providing the medical interventions, regular immunization, regular physicals to make sure we were healthy. And this was during the 50s, 1950s and 60s. We had a lot to not do the basic medical and public health preventative strategies. And trust, let me just get real, trust a white physician. But my parents felt that was the right thing to do, regardless of race. So again, that's my own history. Recognizing I understand why folks today in 2021 may not trust their healthcare provider, may not trust the government with these immunizations, with these COVID vaccines. But this is 2021. There are a lot of folks who do not accept it. And Aaron Rodgers is one of them. Aaron Rodgers, Mr. MVP of the NFL, has decided, I don't trust the medical establishment. I don't trust renowned researchers who have protected him up to this point in time. I do not trust. That's what he's saying. That's what he said in his press conference. So he's going on his own beliefs. Wow. And I looked at his press conference on one of the radio shows, and he was throwing out nothing but false information, incorrect information, lies. I'm just gonna be. It wasn't false. He wasn't. Said half truth. He was lying. And yet the NFL. Let me just say, the NFL. Oh, they protect Aaron Rodgers. Oh, Mr. MVP. They're protecting it. And when they knew that Aaron Rodgers was going against all major rules and policies and protocols established by the commissioner and the NFL Players Association. Yeah, Rodgers was going against his own Players Association because he felt like he was above everybody else. And yet now the NFL said, well, okay, he was not telling all the truth, so we're going to somewhat penalize them. Somewhat? Penalize? He should be suspended. His pay should be taken away because he lied. Yes, I said his pay should be taken away because he lied. He should not play because he blatantly lied during the summer training camp right before season start. He blatantly lied. And the NFL allowed him to get away with his lie, as well as the Packers allowed him to lie and get away with it. He never followed protocol, wearing masks like all the other NFL players have to wear masks, have to be socially distant, have to be doing all these. Aaron Rodgers, he didn't do it. Well, guess what happened a couple of days ago that I just heard? Well, Aaron Rodgers, one of his sponsors, one of the commercials that he makes all the time right now, State Farm, pulled their commercials featuring Aaron Rodgers. Yes, State Farm commercials. Yet the Packers are still supporting Aaron Rodgers. Why? Because, of course, they want to make the playoffs. Of course, they want to have a chance to go to the Super Bowl. So the Packers are not standing up themselves and say, you lied, Aaron Rodgers. Now just think about it. Let me just, Aaron Rodgers, MVP, Mr. Role Model, Mr. Anti-Establishment. And all the guys, his followers just love Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, he's so anti-establishment. It's the Aaron Rodgers aura. Aaron Rodgers is selfish. Of all the kids, think about all the kids that have followed Aaron Rodgers, and I respect Aaron Rodgers as an athlete. He is a phenomenal quarterback. After 15, 16, 17 years, yeah, he's still playing an elite quarterback. However, you have a responsibility as a professional athlete to adhere to the rules, the policy, the standards, the protocol. And you are a role model for a lot of kids out there. So you're sending the wrong message, Aaron Rodgers. I guarantee you, when you go, when you retire and when you want to go to the Hall of Fame, there's going to be pushback by a lot of folks because of this. Yeah, he's given preferential treatment versus Kyrie Irving, African-American basketball player for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, let me just say right up front, I'm not the biggest fan of Kyrie Irving. I'm not the biggest fan of Kyrie Irving. He went to Duke. He's an exceptional guard. He went to Duke University, played 1 year, and left because he's so gifted. He said, 1 year of college basketball, I'm out. And he went to the pros. He is a superstar guard. There's no doubt about it. He's played with a couple of teams. He played with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think he won a championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron James. And he didn't really get along with LeBron James, by the way. He's an independent type of guy. Let me just say, no, he's not. He's selfish. Like I said, I'm not a big Kyrie Irving fan. Sorry to say that, because he's not a team player. Kyrie is always thinking about Kyrie. Yes, he has given, and I've seen on the sports programs already this past few days, last week, well, several weeks now that he's not going to play for the Brooklyn Nets because there's a stipulation in New York City, including the new mayor that's coming on board, saying, guess what, all professional athletes in New York City, if you decide to play, must be vaccinated. So initially they were going to have Kyrie only play away games, but now I believe the Brooklyn Nets said well, we're not going to do this. So and yeah, he's still on the team. They still paying him millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars not to play, because he's taking a stand. And I just saw just a week, 1 day ago, I saw his personal statement on Instagram. Yes, I don't listen to all the sports stuff and all the other talking heads. I want to go straight to the source. So I pulled up Kyrie Irving's Instagram message. And yes, he talks straight to his followers. And he says he doesn't like to be denigrated, rightly so. I see where he is being thrown over the coals, by a lot of folks. But I listen to what he's saying. He is sincere about his beliefs. But I'm going to tell Kyrie right now, you're wrong. I respect your beliefs, but you are on a professional basketball team. This is not, let me just say, this is not an individual sport. This is not golf. This is not golf where you can decide individually, I'm not going to perform. This is not an individual sport. This is a team sport. And when you signed up to be on a team, you're obligated to the rest of your teammates, the organization, the followers, the supporters, and you compromise and go. I said compromise to be a part of that team. Why? Because they pay your salary, they pay all your amenities. So this is not I think he lost perspective, and a lot of athletes have lost perspective. You are on a team. There's an owner of the team. There's obligations where that team exists. New York City. Obligation to adhere to the law of the land. Your district. So let's not overthink this. It's very simple. Many times superstar athletes forget that they are part of the community, of the state, of the city, and integrated in the total fabric of a particular area. You are not alone. People pay your salary. Presidents of the team pays your salary. Owner pays your salary. General manager pays your salary. Your teammates pay your salary. And I can't even think about how his teammates, Kevin Durant, is pissed. I see his comments all the time. Kevin Durant just teed off. He's trying to be nice. But this is their chance to really make a run, as I see with the Brooklyn Nets, to truly make a run for the playoffs. When the season just started, but again, you need a Kyrie Irving. He's special, but he's specially in his own world. He always has been. Now I'm saying that he's always been in his own world, selfish, independent. But he has to realize he's a part of a team. He's a part of a company. He's part of a brand, the NBA. And I encourage the NBA to put more pressure on Kyrie Irving and others like him. And I heard Charles Barkley talk about Charles. Give props to Charles Barkley for calling him out. Give props to Shaq for calling him out. Enough of this selfish superstar athletes. But one thing I don't like is how they're really, I say they, the media, going after Kyrie more so than Aaron Rodgers. And it is because of race. Let's not fool it. It is because of race. That's what I really don't like to see. Both of them, I'm saying both of them are wrong, but I just don't really like to see how, the media, still loves Aaron Rodgers, but they're going after Kyrie Irving so much more. That's sad to see in 2021 when this is a public health crisis. COVID-19. Everyone should be vaccinated. That's the bottom line. We don't live alone in this world. Somehow, people think that they have so much individual right to live any way they want. Guess what? If you want to live any way you want, go live on an island by yourself without any services or anything. I realize, again, like I said, as a kid, but as a professional, and I just happen to work also, not just in academia, but work for the federal government. And the federal government does so much for the average person. You're not even aware what this federal government does for you day in, day out to make your life safe day in, day out. So it's a travesty when we think we are so independent and we have the right to do and live our lives any way we want to. No, you don't. There's compromise along the way. So, again, I'm calling out both superstar athletes, Aaron Rodgers, Kyrie Irving, and race is still in this equation. And this one area that, guess what? Everyone needs to get vaccinated. Race shouldn't be a part of the equation, but it is. So again, I'm calling out Aaron Rodgers. I'm calling out Kyrie Irving, and I'm even telling. So I even saw on the late night show last night some of the former athletes, basketball players, were kind of protecting Kyrie. I said, come on, just call out Kyrie. You know he's wrong. Stop protecting him to a certain degree. Come on, call him out. He's a role model. He's a part of he's a part of a team. He needs to do what's right for the team. Now, if he wants to play basketball all by himself, on a court all by himself, go right ahead and not be vaccinated. Go ahead, Kyrie. Who's going to pay your salary then? Go do your own thing somewhere else, but don't expect to be on a team, the NBA team, where thousands and thousands and thousands of folks go to see you play and showcase your athletic ability. You compromised years ago to be a college player, okay? You even compromised to go to Duke. I know that was a compromise, but but you compromised then. You can still compromise now, brother. I'm calling you out, Kyrie. I'm calling you out, Aaron Rodgers. Enough. And stop lying, Aaron Rodgers. Say what you did was wrong. Take the penalty. Apologize. And the NFL needs to step up against Aaron Rodgers and stop treating him with preferential treatment. Enough already. There you go. I called both of them out. I called Aaron Rodgers out, calling Kyrie Irving out, and I'm just saying, hey, let's get this stuff together and move forward. They are symbols of why things are still moving slowly. Slowly, because we have folks like these individuals really changing the narrative and sending out false information about the vaccine. Moderna. It came to me. There it goes. I was waiting for Moderna. It takes time. I'm a little older. Oh, man. It happens. So I got Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. I was just waiting for it to come. That's the reason why this podcast is a little bit longer. I was waiting for the other vaccine to come to me. So that's what you get with the Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus podcast show. I went a little bit longer on this show, but again, it's so important. And we need to take a stand. I say we, those of all of us who've been vaccinated, those all of us who've been using our sanitizers, washing our hands, doing everything protocol. Again, I used to work for the NIH, National Institute of Health. Hey, they don't play. And if you work for the NIH, you work for the federal government, you know there's certain things that really protect you. And I stand strongly for clinically approved medical intervention. It has dramatically increased everyone's life expectancy. We're living longer because of the medical interventions for all of us. So stand up, get vaccinated, call out folks who are so strong in their religious and individual beliefs and all. Call them out. Challenge them. Just don't let them stay in their little isolated bubble. Call them out. There you go. This is Race and Ethnic Relations on Campus Podcast Show number 58. Show number 58 entitled Race and the Anti-VAX Athletes. Aaron Rodgers and Kyrie Irving. I want to thank all our sponsors. I want to thank Podbean. Thank you, Podbean, for still showcasing our podcast. Thank you, Podbean. Thank you, iTunes. Thank you, Google Play. Thank you, TuneIn. Thank you, iHeartRadio. And thank you, Spotify, premiering our podcast shows, stepping it up to another level. That's right, we coming strong. It's still, 2021. We're still going strong the best way we can. Get vaccinated. Stay safe. See ya.